Hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of GloTalks. Today I'm with a very special guest. KAYODE, who was a candidate on the Apprentice show, is here today to give us a good insight of his journey, his trials and tribulations, and his ventures moving forward. Welcome.
Pleasure, man. What's going on?
Bro, it's been ages.
Yeah, in fact, the last time I saw you at school, like I think I was in year 9, you must have been like year 7. You just outside the mascot looking angry, man. That's the last time I saw you. Do you know what I mean?
No, I could imagine, bro, man. That's been a minute. Like, how do you feel about playing a game?
Yeah, I'm around a game, so like as long as you're not going to try to kill me off on that.
So obviously you was in the Apprentice. So I'm thinking that we play a game that is called What Would Make a Good Entrepreneur. It's a 9-question quiz. Yeah. All you have to do, answer the questions, and then at the end, or give us an overall summary of whether you're a good entrepreneur or not.
Whether I am?
Yeah.
You're going to rate me?
Yeah, it's rating you. It's rating you.
Yeah.
That's your board there. Yeah. Ready for the first question?
Go on, hit me, yeah.
Okay. What was the main focus of your teenage years? Is it A, having fun? B, schoolwork? C, I was always coming up with ways to make money? Or D, I spent all my time computer programming?
And my answer is, believe it or not, you might not even believe this one. My answer was actually B, schoolwork, you know.
Schoolwork, yeah?
Yeah, like I think especially at Forest Hill, my main... To be fair, I was hoping you would have had football there. Really and truthfully, that was my main focus. Okay, yeah. I used to have to leave RE to go to Charlton, do you know what I mean? And and that. And ask anyone in my class. But other than football being the main focus, like, academically, I always wanted to do well.
Okay, so question 2. How much risk do you like to take in life? Is it A, none whatsoever? B, as little as possible? C, quite a lot, but only when necessary? Or D, I get a buzz from taking crazy risks all the time?
D, pause. Definitely.
You get a buzz from taking crazy risks all the time? Yeah,
it's more like it's like a high. Do you know what I mean? It's like an addiction. It's almost unhealthy. Do you know what I mean? It's almost borderline unhealthy, especially when it comes to my asset management. But yeah.
Yeah. There's actually an answer here, and it says, starting up any new business is a risk, so the ability to cope with risk-taking is essential. If you wish to be a successful entrepreneur, yet you need to be very measured in your risk-taking and not to be too impulsive or irresponsible. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think it depends where you are in life as well. If you're in a good position where you can take that risk, whereas if you're, for example, someone who's maybe a single dad, got 2 kids, you're less risk averse. So also be very self-aware what's the risk you can take.
Question 3. How much work are you prepared to put in to your new business? Is it A, a few hours a day, 12 hours a day for B, 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, or D, all waking hours, 7 days a week?
I think I'm more of a C still, more of a 10-hour.
Yeah.
The reason I wouldn't say 12-hour days and no weekends, because for me, I crack on the weekend. If I do a lot of volunteering on the weekend, it's 20 hours. And I'm definitely not all waking hours because I've had to come to learn about having a good balance. You know what I mean? Don't burn out, you know?
Yeah. It says here, running a new business takes up a lot of time, especially if you want it to really grow. How much of your life it absorbs depends on what you want from your company. So, question 4. Why would you want to become an entrepreneur? A, to make as much money as I can and live the high life. B, to be my own boss and work around my family commitments.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry, Karren, yeah.
C, I can't stand having to take orders from someone else. Or D, I love to run a successful business and help improve the world around me.
Well, I think I'm a combination of a few of them, but if I had to, what one screamed out the most? It sounds cocky, but I'm not very good at
taking orders.
Yeah, like it depends how people do it. You know, some people do it and they take pride in telling you what to do. Like, no, like please put respect to my name first. I'm happy to be told what to do. But don't be condescending about it. Do you know? I'm a bit of a C for that one.
So you said C, you don't like taking orders. Why do you not like taking orders?
I think for me, I would say I haven't even developed a chip on my shoulder. It's more like a potato now. Do you know what I mean? Because I think I don't like it when sometimes people are condescending. I don't take condescension well. Do you know what I mean? I think I was also swaying towards being your own boss because that definitely, I think, correlates and is parallel with not liking to take orders. But it's not a problem with taking order itself. I think it's an issue with how it's done. When people talking down on you, I don't do well for that.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Still, you kind of like, no matter what position you're in.
Yeah, but humans first, you know what I mean?
100.
Humans first. Like, even if I ran a multi-million-pound company, I treat the CEO, or unless I'm not CEO, but I treat the CEO the same way I treat the janitor.
Yeah.
Everyone were people first and foremost. You get
100 for those who are human. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It says, speak to any successful entrepreneur and they always say they aren't in it for the money. Instead, they speak about higher goals, such as their love for what they do or their desire to make a positive contribution to the world.
When you see money, it comes and goes. Yeah, it's not the be all and the end all. Do you get? There's more important things to just. Otherwise, if you really didn't care about money, we'd all be doing OnlyFans right now. Do you know what I mean? There's more degree around. It's not just money that we're doing it for. There's got to be morals behind it. There's
more to it
behind it. Exactly.
5. How good are you at looking after your finances? Hopeless. My finances are a mess. A. B. If I have money, I spend it, but I'm never in debt. C. I have no debt and I'm building up my savings. Or D, I am meticulous in following all incoming and outgoing funds.
Yeah, I'm definitely that one.
D.
Yeah, D, definitely. I think they even started from a child. I mean, I don't want to use the term loosely, but OCD with it. I count for every penny. Yeah, I can tell you about how every penny's gone in and out.
Yeah.
Especially now in terms of me going into the asset management and, you know, looking at the acquisition, liquidations of certain instruments. I'm obsessed with Excel. I'm obsessed with charts. I'm just obsessed.
Yeah. So, that's good though. It says here, being good with your money is vital for any successful entrepreneur. As you grow your business, you need to keep a close eye on your cash flow. Like that one. Question 6. How well do you cope with setbacks? A, badly, I fall apart. B, I struggle hoping for the best. C, I don't like them, but knuckle down to work through. Or D, there's no such thing as a setback, only a new opportunity. See,
for this one, I don't want to just cap and give the bravado and be like, yeah, there's no such thing as a setback. Because I've been hit by setbacks, some of them where I didn't think I could recover from. I don't want to give the typical, yeah, man, I don't want to be toxic. I don't want to give a toxic positivity, do you get what I mean?
100,
all experience setbacks that can knock you for 6. So I'll say I'm definitely going towards more probably a B if I'm fully transparent. Yeah, if I'm fully transparent, definitely B.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that as well. Yeah. I'd rather like struggle and hope for the best instead of like, I think I just like to do things on my own. So you see, not on a setback, that bit where you're struggling, you know when something's hit you and you gotta really reflect. Like, when I say I hope for the best, I mean like I put all my trust in myself and just hope, you know, like I put all my lucky charms in.
Yeah, and I hear you.
You know, I just, that's it. It is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? So it says all businesses are faced with unforeseen problems from time to time, often severe ones. The mark of a successful businessman or woman is how they deal with and overcome them. That was a good one. We got 3 more. 7. How good are you at delegating responsibilities? It doesn't ever come up. A, really bad. No one can do the job as well as me. B, you got pretty good for C. And D, very good. I can't do everything on my own.
Okay, more of B then. Because obviously things do come up where I'd have to delegate, but I think B.
So no one can do the job as good as you.
It's not even because of that. I think I'm just... I don't know if it's trust. I don't know if it's maybe micromanaging. But I definitely do think I need to work on my delegation, definitely. Yeah.
It says here, you are a sole trader or your business has just a few employees. Yeah. It is fine to hold on to all the decision making. Yet, if you wish to grow your company, there will come a time where you have to delegate.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I'm like that. I like to do everything. And then even when I'm delegating, I don't want to... Like, I'll delegate the work, but I'm just still giving you like, it's like I'm still there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, do you know what it is? Because it's like you want things that a certain way and there's no point going through all of that or someone going through type of work and you haven't told them this and that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got to go back on it and it's like double jobs,
you have to do it again.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Okay, number 8. How good would you make your product or service? A, I'll buy it in low quality items and try to sell them at a profit.
No, that's not me.
B, as good as the competition. C, it has to be better than the competition and have a big profit margin. D, it has to be the best possible and I would spare no expense.
Okay, I'll definitely sway towards D.
Yeah.
I think for me, if I want to attach my name to something, I've got a bit of pride before releasing it. I'm not all about, okay, cool, profit's important, but at what expense? You don't want to put up a crappy product or put up a crappy service.
Yeah.
It's only going to mean, for me, I care more about the longevity, more about repeat customers than just a quick.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean? So,
you make more money in the long run as well.
Yeah, I think I've definitely got more of a long-term mindset now.
Yeah.
D.
You have less expenses in the long run.
Yeah.
If you do it right the first time. Question 9, last question. What would you do if you were offered a lot of money for your business? A, say yes and relax into early retirement. B, say yes and be happy to stay on as a senior employee. C, say yes and immediately launch a new business. And D, say no because my business is my life and I want to grow it.
I'll say definitely C. If I'm going to get a lump sum of money, I mean, that's why we're in the game, right? Well, not everybody, unless you want to stay on it for 30, 40, 50 years, but for me, I'd rather sell, have the money, enjoy some of it, and then start out somewhere else. That's what I'll do personally.
Yeah, I would do that.
You don't want to be too attached. You don't want to be too attached.
Yeah, because you're essentially making the business for money. So
otherwise,
the opportunity to sell it and upscale.
And I wouldn't want to just retire and do nothing. So.
Yeah. Because a lot of retired people now are actually getting back into work.
Yeah, exactly.
So those who are retiring at 65? What's the retirement age in this country?
Like around 67, I think it is now.
67 now?
I think it's gone.
They want us to work till 67?
I'm thinking about my mum, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
67, so.
Yeah, no, 67 they want us to...
So. Don't quote me, don't quote me anyone, don't quote me.
Yeah. Let's see what it says here. It says, deciding whether to sell up is a question that all successful business owners face. While it might be tempting to take early retirement, that isn't the mindset of a typical entrepreneur. Let's see your results. You ready?
Oh, you've been putting them in as we've been going, oh, swear down to see my results. I just nervous, man. I feel like we're only coming off camera quick. You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, what? Pressure. Peace for pressure.
Oh, my days. I don't know what's wrong with this app. This is from the BBC, by the way.
Is it? I can ask you where you got this from, you know?
Yeah, it's from the BBC. So what it says is, sorry, trying to be an entrepreneur is probably not for you.
Swear down.
Don't give up.
Are you lying?
I'm being serious.
Fam, I tried to go up and walk now. Interview done.
Let me read what it says. Don't give up on the day job is our honest answer. Your answers made it look as if you aren't dedicated or focused enough to be an entrepreneur. Or perhaps you think you can do everything on your own. Or you won't keep a close enough eye on the finances. However, only very few people have the skills to be successful business owners. Why not retry the quiz, but this time think about what answer a successful entrepreneur? Do you know what it is? You already explained your answers when you were asked them. So
to be fair, I could have gone the clever way and I could have just played smart. I know which one they want to pick. You know what I mean? But
it's systematic.
It's systematic. Transparent and honest. Game, but it's cool.
So it's not for everyone, this game. It's biased.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I appreciate the feedback, BBC. I'm not going to trip.
Thanks for that. That was a good game still. Right, KAYODE, how you been, bro, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm excited to come and have this conversation for real.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? It's like, I'm scrolling down my phone and I'm thinking, I recognize this guy. I'm thinking, where do I know this guy from? And I'm seeing you on ITV, you're on BBC, you're like on huge platforms. And I'm thinking, this guy's face looks so familiar. And then it's like, we went to the same school.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's mad because it's like, it had me thinking like, how did your journey from school end up to you being on The Apprentice, you being on big screen TV? Yeah. Do you want to tell me a bit about that journey from school?
Yeah, sure, man. And firstly, I want to thank you in advance for having me on
Come
this.
on, bro.
I think it's important because I'm so used to just be doing the mainstream interviews like the BBCs, the ITVs, whereby we don't really get nitty gritty and talk breeze if we need to take it there. Say allow it. Allow it on TV. Sometimes
we can take it there.
To come down to the ground and talk honestly. And so in terms of, I remember the last time I saw you, do you know what I mean? I must have been like year 9, you were like year 7.
Yeah.
Cause I had the same thing for you. Like when you start going for it, I'm like, where did I know him from?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is a guy who was angry in that year 7, he was just angry in the playground for no reason. You get what I mean? But it's good to catch up. And
100.
Yeah, so my story, I think for me, it's definitely not been a straight line. And feel free to interrupt her.
Yeah, of course.
Feel free. But it wasn't a straight line at all. Obviously we grew up in, I'm from the south side trying to make the pounds right. South London. Grew up in South and that.
Yeah.
And, I went to school in Forest Hill. And my main focus at the time was football. And academically, I wasn't necessarily the smartest. In fact, I'm not cap. I was in set 1s for everything. I was in top sets for everything. But
what house was you in?
I was in Drake.
Oh, you was in Drake, I was in Harvey.
You was Harvey, or the yellow one, innit?
Yeah, we had... what's her name, man? Miss Arthur. You like
Miss
Arthur. Yeah. Miss Arthur. Back then the man were on.
Yeah, I know. Miss Arthur. It was definitely Miss Arthur.
100.
Yeah, Mr. Samru. So school's alright. I think my main focus was football. Academically, I did okay. I got 2 A's, 6 B's and a C. I was able to do. I was quite good at languages, so I was in the German. We got I was put on German.
Yeah,
I did well. They put me into French as well. So I used to go to school early to do French as well as do my German. Academically, maths, I was quite good at numbers. So they put me to do extra GCSE and statistics.
Yeah.
I got kicked off of that for freaking, they used to give us like sandwiches now at lunchtime. Entrepreneur head made me take them and sell them in the playground. So I got kicked off the extra GCSE statistics. So yes, academically, that was me in school, football and academics. And I think for me, once I left school, that's when things started to go downhill. What
was your family home like during like your school years and that growing up?
So I was quite fortunate whereby I grew up in a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest of 4. I got my mum and dad and me and my siblings were all close in age. We're like 2 years apart going down.
How many siblings do you have?
So me, got my sister and a brother, so I'm 1 of 4.
Okay.
Yeah, so all close in age. Yeah.
Okay, so I was into football. Was you in the school football team?
Yeah, 100%, man.
Oh, you was, yeah?
I'm sorry you didn't know about me, do you? So I played school football, I played district level, I played county level.
Really?
Yeah.
So you actually took it?
I was I played.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So Forest obviously played for the school team. District, for those people who don't know, it's the best of Lewisham Borough. Blackheath and Lewisham. Lewisham schools, or Blackheath schools as well.
Yeah.
So the best of those play for district. And how county worked is that the best of the districts played for county. Do you get what I mean? I remember in year 10, I think we came second in the National Cup. And
Swear down.
Yeah. And our prize was to be, when Wembley just opened again, I think it's like 06, 07.
Yeah.
We were ball boys at Wembley and everything.
I used to like football as well. I didn't take it that far.
Is it?
Yeah, but I'm a left footer, innit?
Okay.
So when I'm on there, you get me.
You had a lot of good people in your year still. Were you in Danny's year? Danny, is it Danny?
Yeah, Danny. Kavon was good.
The goalkeeper as well, what's his name? Reese. Was it Reese here?
Reese, yeah.
Well.
Remember Dontel?
Yeah,
Yeah, a couple months.
You know what it is? When we played districts and county, we would have the same fixture. You guys were a couple years below me, but they would come with us. Everyone would play, say it's Lewisham District against Hack or whoever.
Yeah.
It's for all ages, so I would see them play. Do you get me?
Okay.
County. Yeah,
that takes it back still. So after school, you said that things went a bit downhill for you. Like, what do you mean by that?
It's mad because I grew up in a good home. So I had no reason to go down the roads at all. I had no reason to.
Yeah.
But I think for me, like you end up getting sucked in. Like I'll never forget the first experience, quote unquote, I had of it. But the first one was in year 9, was seeing I grew up in Catford. At the time, there's a gang called Catford Wildcats.
Yeah, I remember Catford.
Yeah, there's Wildcats. And my friend at the time was from Nunhead or Peckham. And I was playing for Bromley FC at the time. We were getting a bus coming towards Catford. Long story short, they robbed my friend. We were on the top of the bus. They kind of looked at me and kind of thought, they knew me from Catford, but they didn't know my friend. They robbed my friend.
Yeah.
So I had my first looking into things aren't as rose gold as I thought
as they seem, yeah.
And in year 11 now, at the time, we had to go and visit sixth forms, right? And at the time for Forest Hill, it was Hillside.
Yeah.
I remember Hillside. So it was a link up between Forest Hill, Sydenham Girls and Sedge Hill.
Yeah.
Like the people in my year, I remember saying, yeah, let's all go hillside. Let's go see the open day at Sydenham Girls. Everyone go to... And we're not Sydenham Girls because Sydenham Girls, that's just what
that's what everyone's meeting.
And then everyone's there. So 3:30, let's go. Yeah, we'll come back, meet at 5. And it's hard for me because everyone who I rode with from school lived in Sydenham Forest Hill. But I was from Catford, so I had to go all the way to Catford. And at the time, it seemed long. And now
of course.
It's cool.
It's quick.
And they said, when you come back, just make sure you wear a hoodie. All right, why do I need to bring a hoodie back? My naive self thinking, okay, cool, come back with a hoodie. Can I just say, in fact, you remember playing band hoodies at school? Do you remember
I remember that on stores. They weren't letting no one wear hoodies.
But then they said, I'll come back with a hoodie. Okay, I'll come with a hoodie. Then we all linked up outside Forest Hill by the train station with the Double 8 Smith.
Yeah.
And I was so naive to it. I did not even realise what was happening.
You didn't even know you were riding out.
Fam, I swear down, like, there's a guy in my class, I won't say his name, he ended up doing a 13, he's still in now.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's on I've seen he's on day release now, so I've seen him a few times, but he's in jail since.
Yeah.
And like, I just remember him talking to a guy at a bus stop, thinking, okay, he must know him, do you know what I mean? Thinking nothing of it, like.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I see the guy hand over his phone and we're still walking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, fam, you know, that's his phone.
I shouldn't be laughing. I remember.
Bro, you know you got his phone. Like, I'm just...
What's going on?
Are we not going to the open day?
Yeah.
Like, the next thing you know, got to the open day, had the open day, come back outside, now it's dark. And now we come outside, it's like 50 man.
No way.
And everyone's like, yeah, you're rolling. I'm like... I'm confused. You know what I mean? I'm looking at people thinking, Ross, what that's blah, blah, blah rapper. Yeah. I'm seeing bare rappers who I used to see
on Channel U. Probably on Channel U.
Now we're rolling and it's like, yeah. He's got a mash on him, he's got blah, blah on him. I'm like, rah. And I kid you not, for the rest of that evening, it just felt like we were like a tornado. Everything just got sucked into us. And that was the first time where I felt this sort of like sense of power. And then you just got, like, next thing, from there I realised I'm involved. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like, it's just surreal because at the time, I realised I weren't making it pro in football. Yeah. By that time, if you're not signed by 16, it's difficult. Next thing I realised I was just in a crowd I didn't think I'd be in. Yeah. I mean, just kind of knew people from school.
Do you know why I'm laughing, yeah? It's because it's like hearing it from you, yeah, and you're not even like involved in that. You didn't come from that. And it's like, now you're just involved and it's like I actually understand how easy it is to
you're 100%
be involved. People don't understand that. They think it's like something you got to do or something like that. It's literally something so small like that. And now it's just like, you're involved. You're just getting with the wind. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so obviously that was how did you find that experience for you when you was like more outside? What was you up to?
Like, I always break down my life into like years, and I'll say that I had a 2-year road career. You know what I mean? You got shut down quickly, getting nicked. You get shut down very quickly when you're standing in that dock. Do you know what I mean? You get shut down very quickly. That's right. I ain't built for this. Do you know what I mean? But it was a difficult time. All jokes aside, it wasn't a funny period of my life.
No, of course.
You know what I mean? In terms of my own safety, you know, having people after you, you having to do particular things, the welfare of my siblings. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not. I think a lot of people glorify it, but it's not to be glorified. You know,
it's not. It's It's one of those things where things are glorified to just keep up the energy, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, people are on their thing. People do things. There's bad man. There's this and that, but even a bad man might go home and think, fuck, man, I gotta wake up tomorrow and do this shit again. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying?
You probably got a lot of them people inside.
Do you know what I'm saying? So the only way to kind of like you gotta keep up the energy, innit? If you drop the energy, then you might be seen weak or someone on the other side might, do you know what I'm saying? So the best thing to do is just keep up that energy, really. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so then you said that you nearly went to jail, or you did go to jail. Or you was in the dock?
It was called a referral order at the time. A lot of people, if you're an adult, it's called a suspended sentence. Basically, you do. So I had like an 8-month, and I had to do like a community service alongside. And
what was that for?
I don't really want to go into specifics too tough, but you know what I mean? But like that was in 2008. Maybe one day I can come, if I feel confident, I'll come back and tell you the full ins and outs.
Yeah, 100.
That was in 2008. You know, I remember going Camberwell Youth Court and got found guilty. You know what I mean? And then, luckily enough, you know what? In fact, a lot of people say to me, "How do you realize you're a good speaker?" Like, I swear down, I remember standing in that court. Yeah, like, I don't know about you. Like, when we walked in, It's my first time I've kind of been in a room like that, you know, the high ceilings.
Yeah.
Like you got the judges, you got the people typing on the side, like proper form. I never wore a suit before up until that. That was the first day I wore a suit.
Yeah.
And I'm in, because when you're in a waiting room, it was like a youth club. You know, you're fucking like, yeah, well, go on, he's bare man in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And then for me, it got real when certain man went into the, say, court one, and they didn't come back out again. Like, where some people... Where? I'll say Billy. I was like, where's Billy gone?
Yeah, Billy ain't coming back out.
Billy's mum come back out crying.
Yeah.
I don't know where Billy's gone. So all of a sudden it was getting real. And the next thing you know, it was my turn to go in there. Yeah. Well, it was me and my co-defendant at the time. And it's like, going back to where I realised I'm a good speaker, because I remember the judge saying, like, I can't remember how he worded it, but saying, do you have anything to say for yourself? Yeah. And I remember starting to speak, and all of the people in the courtroom looked up like in shock, like, wow, like this guy's an orator. I never planned anything. I didn't realise the severity, how real it could be. Do you get what I mean? And then when I started speaking, I don't know what I said that day, but they were impressed.
I've seen that you've been labelled the smoothest speaker on television.
Yeah.
How did you get that name? Obviously through speaking.
Yeah.
But
that was in 2016. I was in Glasgow for the BBC One debate.
Yeah.
Victoria Derbyshire.
Yeah.
At the time, it was to do with the EU referendum, talking about Brexit. And Victoria Derbyshire, I'm on the front row, you know, is it BBC Live? Do you know what I mean? I think it was, now it weren't my first time live on TV. But it was live, so whatever you say, you said, innit? Yeah. And she must have said something to me.
I mean, you can just get up and go anywhere in Europe.
I can leave right now if I wanted to and just...
Bye!
You can come with me if you want. We can go together.
But do you...
And I thought nothing of it, because live. As soon as I came off air, went back to my hotel room in Glasgow, we see ping, 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 ping.
Someone's going on.
The sun... Like, you name it, the mirror, like, just gone viral. You know what I mean? Like, this guy's the smoothest guy. This guy's the smoothest talker on TV. Listen, if you want to know who won the debate, it was this guy. You get what I mean?
So you're trying to slide on Victoria. Big up Victoria, though.
Big up Victoria.
I used to watch her thing in jail still. I think like lunchtime in that Victoria Derbyshire.
Yeah, Victoria Derbyshire.
Yeah, 100.
I got that kind of nickname, and of course, I rode with it. You obviously want to capitalise as much as you can.
Yeah, 100%.
Kind of put that in my bio, smoothest talker on TV.
After Camberwell Youth Court, you got sentenced to 8 months. What was that like for you? Was you on community or was it just at home?
It was, how was it again? So we had to go to Yacht, like in
I remember Yacht.
Mercy Grove in
Lewisham.
Yeah. We got Ruth though, you know, because when I was on The Apprentice, she reached out. Ruth was my...
It was like I had Yvonne.
Is it?
Yeah, big up Yvonne still.
Yeah, you still imagine you two remember, innit?
Yeah. She's probably the only youth probation officer I've had that was actually just so cool. Yeah.
I don't
know because I was young, but she was just so cool.
How old were you at the time? I felt old when I was there. I think I was 16. You know what I mean? So I was just... most people go to 14, 15. Whatever.
I hit Yacht for like stolen things and this and that. Before I actually went jail, I was like going youth offending team for like dumb thing like stolen mobile phones and like just doing dumb shit like Oyster card. I got someone else's Oyster card on me.
Oh, was it? Mine was a bit more serious.
and then getting arrested. But when I went to jail, the period of like young offenders, she used to come and visit me because I was still with the Yacht team. It's only when I turned 18, that's when they transferred me over. But I didn't actually get to like spend a lot of time with them face to face. It was more prison visits, than face to face.
You didn't go to the place in Lewisham?
No, I did when I came out, but it was more like a sign off, like you're going to the adults kind of now, innit?
Yeah, so it was going to there for, I can't remember if it was a couple of times. I can't remember the frequency. I was going there frequently. I think you reduced it. You go, say you might go daily in month one, it comes down. So I had to go speak to Ruth, and looking back, it was useful still. I definitely think it helped. And then do the community service, the hours, and then the fine. And it was good. But then at the back of that, the reason was bad. Then I caught another case off the back of that the next year. Okay. You know what I mean? So then it was like, so then I got found not guilty for that. That was a relief because even everyone's like, he's gone. Everyone's like, he's gone. Even I thought I was
Everyone always says that, innit?
I thought I was gone myself. Do you know what I mean? I thought I was gone. Like, I remember going to the station, you know the hazmats you have for the COVID thing, I remember that, I knew about hazmats from then because they stripped me of everything, put me in this hazmat. I remember everyone looking at me like I'm Hannibal Lecter or something. I thought I was gone. But then long story short, luckily, and after that, I was like, right, road career done.
Yeah. That's when you thought, nah, too much. That's what it is. Like, you only get given what you can handle, innit? Like, not everyone is designed or made for those kind of lives. Do you know what I'm saying? Some people, you get a taste of it and you say, like, you know what? It's not for me no more. Do you know what I'm saying? And for others who, it still takes some of us a lot more, I don't know, mistakes, if you like, to then come up with that same mindset. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I said it before, like, I had a best friend like, when we was young. We both went dry at the same time. He came out when he was like 16 and he was like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, he never ever went back since. Like, he got married, everything. Do you know what I'm saying? But I kept going in and out. So it's about decisions and your mindset at the same time. Like, do you know what I mean? Because if your mindset's not right, then obviously you're making wrong decisions, which you can't see it's wrong. Yeah. But that's just a whole different thing.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's similar because I know you said your friend was done. That was me, but then my co-defendant went back to jail. Do you know what I mean? And I remember being in my final year at uni. I used to be writing my dissertation alongside writing him letters in prison. Do you know what I mean? I used to do in between the two.
Yeah, shit.
You know what I mean? So
I respect it.
He got caught up in it, but he's cool now. But at the time, like, two stories, two different people.
So when you had that kind of like wake up call, if you like, how old was you? 18 by now?
Yeah. After the second case, I turned 18. Yeah.
What was your vision like for life? Like, what was prompting you now?
What, to
just change or to better your life?
It was a girl I was with at the time, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think it was in 2009 2009 December. And we used to like just do moves in West and stuff like that. And I remember coming back and like showing off basically. I met her like in the November and we did the moves in December. I met her in October, like basically just got like a month in. And I was so naive. I remember saying to her, yeah, look what we clapped, got this, got that. And then she goes to me, you fool, you're so dumb.
Wow.
And for the first time, the penny dropped.
What happened? Like,
just how it was wrong. Do you know what I mean? I didn't realise parents could tell you it's in one ear, out the other. Yeah. Your yacht worker would tell you in one ear, out the other. But soon when she told me, that's when it's like, raw, maybe it's not cool. I was trying to show off to her.
Yeah, 100.
Like, got this, I got that. And when she told me it's not cool, I was like, raw, like, maybe this ain't cool. maybe this ain't cool.
Girls got a way of doing that, innit? Like, they got a way of, once it clicks, it clicks.
You know, open my eyes. So I think that's one of my biggest wake-up calls. And then for me, realising that, again, I wasn't as bad as I thought. Do you know what I mean? When you got 5 men ducking you down, like, it's so good when it's 5 on 5. All of a sudden, when it's like, I'm like, raw, maybe this ain't for me. So
yeah, 100.
Maybe not. Do you know what I mean? I still give it a go.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't want to be doing this.
Yeah, I don't want to be doing that. You said earlier that you was at uni doing your dissertation.
Your dissertation. Yeah.
Dissertation. What was that one?
So that was, I studied, I got published in it as well, by the way.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so I'm a published author, published researcher.
Oh, really?
So yeah. Like, I changed my life around completely. Yeah. Honestly, from 18, change. It was a massive change. So what I studied the effects that motivational videos have on our self-beliefs. About the academic term is self-efficacy. Self-efficacy. And because I'd had a sports psychology degree, I framed it in sport, how it can impact us in positive or negative ways. Yeah. So essentially I studied motivation, man. I studied motivation.
That's
I studied
good.
motivational speakers.
Yeah.
Eric Thomas is a person I looked up to big time. I met him as well in 2013. So like, it's mad. I don't even think he knows too tough, but I've actually got published based on him, on his video. So I was very much interested in self-development from way back.
What university did you go to?
Manchester Met.
Oh, you were in Manchester,
and that was, again, that was the best thing that could happen to me, because when I was on ends, I couldn't change the people around me. Yeah. So I had to change the people around me. Yeah. Let that sink in. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
don't let that go over your head.
Yeah, don't let that go over your head. Do you know what I mean? I was saying I couldn't change people around me, so I had to change people around me. So going up to Manchester, I had no choice. It's like, when I first came, I still had a South London mentality. Ask people, I used to put my socks in my trousers. I used to have one sock rolled in. I still used to have a blue hoodie. Do you know what I mean? The first day I almost got into it with a guy from Brixton up there. Yeah. They was like, why are you guys clashing? I was like, no. But over time I had to adjust.
100,
do you know what I mean?
100. That's
like, I was used to seeing rabbits on my plate, and I was seeing rabbits in the field.
Yeah.
I was used to seeing beef in the streets, and I was seeing beef in the field.
On the field,
it's a different way, and it helped me, you know.
No, that's good. Like I always say, and I always preach it, like for people to always get out of their environment.
100%.
Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously, for me, like going the country and selling drugs, that was my way of getting out of my environment. I know it's fucked up, right? But no.
You saw something different.
No, but hear me out. It's like I was always in the ends. I grew up in the ends. I was always in the ends. Do you know what I'm saying? The first place I went to sell drugs was the first time I ever saw a seaside. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For me, do you know what I'm saying? So I was like, shit, there's a seaside, like there's water, there's beach. Man, I only see these things on TV.
Yeah, no, do
you know what I'm saying? It's like real life is like, man didn't go to no beach.
Yeah.
Man's parents never took man to no beach.
Yeah.
Like beach where?
See, that's the thing.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I had that in my upbringing, but for some reason I let it go.
Yeah.
Then I get what you, but I do understand what you're saying because I never left South London. I remember we used to go out to a place in Harleston called the NW10 Club, and that was about it. Other than that, we used to just go around Camberwell. As the furthest from Blue Borough, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to open your eyes.
You have to open your eyes. Even though I saw like a different negative world, like I was still like excited to like, it was like I was on an adventure.
Train,
do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm packing my bag, I'm getting on the train, I'm doing this. I'm not even thinking about my actions that I'm actually doing is criminal. Yeah. I'm more excited to get on the train and get to a different town just to see different types of people. Do you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that built my character. Do you know what I mean? Like character building and all of that. So I always recommend that it's good to get out of your environment. It's good to see different types of people.
No, definitely.
Obviously not in a negative way, but like change is change, innit? And difference is difference. Do you know what I mean? So whatever way you see it, you're gonna have to just learn from it. Were there any like pivotal moments in your life or people in your life that inspired your drive and ambition?
Yeah, I think as an organisation, there used to be something called Youth Aid in Catford near the Plassey Road, near the one way, near McDonald's. And I think there's some people who worked there who kind of really just put me on. Yeah. And they went above and beyond for me, you know, in terms of giving me additional qualifications, my gym qualification. Yeah. And from there I started working in, you know, everyone knows the pits in Catford. I worked in the gym in the pits.
Was this before or after uni?
This was from 16.
Okay.
Oh, you mean after uni? What helped?
Yeah, it's fine though.
Okay, from 6. I think as an organisation, the staff there, so Youth Aid no longer operates, but I think the staff there really helped me from getting my football qualification, stuff like that. And I think throughout, like, if we're talking about uni, my supervisor, you know, Nick Lund, RIP, he passed now, but he really helped me to get published, and he really. The staff from my uni, big up them all, Tony, Kathy, all of them, they really helped me because when I left, I failed college, bear in mind, I didn't say that, I failed college.
Did you?
I wasn't paying attention academically. It's no wonder I failed because I was outside.
Yeah, of course.
Because what happens, because I failed college, for me to get into uni, I had to go through a process called clearing. And how that works is basically almost cold calling universities to let you in. Yeah. You know, like I applied, I didn't plan to go to Manchester. I planned to stay in London. All the ones I applied for, like Brunel. Yeah. I was even thinking about Greenwich. I didn't plan, I didn't know about going anywhere else. But the reason I went to Manchester is because I failed college. So big up everyone at Manchester Met who helped me because I wasn't there academically, you know what I mean? But I had to learn. So they went above and beyond to help me. Yeah, that makes sense. To get up to speed. That makes sense. It helps you get the qualification that you have now. Is that the motivational? No, that was at university. Yeah, so my degree specifically is called sports psychology, or what they worded it as psychology of sport and exercise. Big up Lisa as well. You know, and from that I got published, and you can link it up with people when they read it, you know. I will. Even till now, I still get emails like, Mr. Damali, I've come across your research paper. I'd love to. And I'm like, bro, like, it's cool, man. You don't have to slap an emoji in there. I'm not that. It's cool, man. You know, people still, you know, every now and again I get a Google alert saying, you've been referenced. Yeah. So my paper was studying the effects of motivational videos on our self-beliefs. So how did you turn from motivational speaking, if you like, into actually really thinking more about business and being an entrepreneur? So how the motivational speaking came about is because of, as I kind of touched on my story of, you know, my 2-year road career, if you want to call it that, to then getting a first class honours degree, getting published. You know, I got to a stage Glo D, and nearly all my assignments were going like 90+%. I was smashing everything. When it came to group presentations, everyone wanted to be in my group for the group presentation.
Yeah, of course.
I know I'm about to shell. Listen, I used to say to them, just say this and we're good. Do you get what I mean? Good. I used to get, they were contemplating giving me 100% for my paper, but they couldn't because they had to show that there's got to be some room for improvement.
That's not fair though.
I know, you know.
Is that normal?
Yeah, you know.
For them to do that?
Like,
would they do that if it was a different...
Boy, who knows? But I like my staff. I like the staff there anyway. So I'm already knocking. I still got published, and so because of my academic success from where I came from, it's naturally where people was asking me to speak, to share my journey. Now, how were you able to go from, you know, convicted at 16 to getting a published first class honours degree? So I was naturally, you know, talking at colleges, talking at schools, just helping inspire people. And what got me into business, and then from that, I then became elected the vice president and the governor of my university.
Oh, really?
Not because of that, because at university I was kind of like that guy. I knew everyone.
The books guy as well, he's smart.
Yeah, I used to have my skates on, I used to ride, I used to skate around uni. That was my gimmick, outside everyone knew me. You know, so it's naturally I was quite popular, so I got elected to be the vice president and governor of my university.
What does that actually entail, like, as a student at the university? What kind of responsibilities falls on you?
So this was, I swear my achievements, I can roll it out like a Torah, do you know what I mean? I swear down, it's like a scroll, the amount of things I achieved at uni. But in terms of the vice president and the governor, so essentially in layman's terms, it's like being a president or the prime minister. I mean, you're in charge, you're running things, you know what I mean? So, and you get elected in just like that. We have, in ours, obviously it's a 1-year term, kind of going into 2 years, whereas a prime minister's 4-year term, but it's literally like that.
Do people have to vote you in and vote you out?
Yeah, you get voted in,
that's it.
And then you campaign, and you know, so it's a full-time job. And so that was on a local scale, and on a national scale, I was elected the director of the National Union of Students.
Oh, really?
You know, so this is the NUS, so people know it. This is a multi-million-pound organisation representing students, not just in the UK, but you know, students also around the world. So, because I kind of had that as my background, you know, I'm the vice president, I'm the governor, you know, I'm in charge of, Manchester's one of the biggest universities in the country, it's almost 40,000 students, and I'm part of the team running it. So from then, because I has quite built up my name and my reputation, there was a guy, you know, big ups to Richie, he kind of put me under his wing when it came to business, because when I was coming out of my term in office, I needed something to do. I was like, oh, what am I going to do? Should I do my master's? Should I, you know, I didn't, you know, what am I going to do next? And this is someone I always looked up to him when I was at uni. He was graduated. He's like maybe 10 years above me, but someone who I looked up to, he was the boss at uni essentially. He ran the properties, he ran the events, he was clear, had an Audi TT white, you know what I mean? So there's always someone, you know, on the ends how people look up to, I don't know, like the big drug dealers, but in a negative way. I looked up to him in a positive way for a business. You know what I mean? So I remember when it came up to my end of my time in office, say I finished my term in July, it must have got to like May or June. I was like, yo, Richie, like, can I just come to the house, can we have a chat? You know what I mean? I just appreciate some guidance, appreciate, you know, anything you can help me with. And long story short, he took me on, man. He said, look, you run the events with me. He goes, look, you can manage the properties. So I was doing... There's something called rent to rent. I was doing rent to rents back in 2014 before it was even a popular thing to do rent to rent. So he kind of put me on, and my first couple of businesses was doing, you know, the property management, doing for running my events business. That's how I got listed in the top. It was the top 10 of the top 100 most powerful young entrepreneurs in the world. And I was also doing professional speaking, motivational speaking.
KAYODE, great character, great talker. He was very motivational. He was great in front of an audience.
How's everyone doing?
He would get them going, wind them up a little bit. So great presenter.
I heard some chuckles. You like the logo, right? I like it too.
So when I was on The Apprentice, shouts out to Camilla, she said to me when we were in the house, you got like a triangle. She goes to me, you got like a golden triangle of business. Because I had my events business, I had my property business, and also doing my speaking. That's what got me onto The Apprentice. That was my accolades to get me onto the show.
So how did you get on? Like, you just applied like everyone else?
So I literally applied, and I remember I applied, so it was December 2017. So December 2017 to January 2018.
Yeah.
Now, typically January, for my events business, January is always one of my best months of the year is September.
Okay.
That's when the students first come. That was my best month of the year. And my second best month of the year was January. But what happened was that 2015 January smashed it. 2016 January, in fact, 2015 January, I smashed it so much, Glody. I wasn't even in the country. I was in Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
And I had events running in the UK. That's
how big they were.
Honestly, like, I was talking about delegating. I know we talking about me delegating. I knew I had delegated back then. I was freaking Sydney. And I had, the team running the events in the UK. But then what happened is I started to see a trend whereby our biggest months were getting less and less. And I was like, Ross, something needs to change. Like, this can't keep happening.
Yeah, cool.
Our biggest breadwinners are not, it's not hitting anymore. So I remember watching The Apprentice in December 2017. It just finished, the final finished in December 2017.
Yeah.
And then it came to January 2018 saying, do you want to apply? And I'm sitting there scratching my head thinking, raw, like, do I want to apply for
this?
Yeah,
what, this is just on TV or just seen it on TV?
Yeah, I was thinking, should I apply for this? It's like, raw, like, I'm coming back from my events, knackered, thinking, I need a change. I need a change. Just like how I had to have my first change moving from South London to Manchester Met. I felt something again. I need another change because this isn't working. And then if the deadline to apply for the Apprentice, let's just say the deadline would have been maybe January the 30th at midnight.
Yeah.
I think I must have got my application in at 23:59. You know what I mean? I was so unsure.
Yeah.
And on the day, I'm thinking, should I apply? Because for me, I didn't know. It's a long form thinking, should I do it? Should I not? And then I was so lackluster with it, Glody, but I was just being honest. You know what I mean? You know, some of the questions that I've been like, why do you want to go on a show?
Yeah.
I must have just said, because, my business right now is flops. Like, I must have just kept it a buck. I was just trying to say, I'm the biggest. I'm like, I need a change. I've got this success and I need something different, man.
Yeah.
I've just been honest with it. I'm putting an application, thinking nothing of it, carried on running my events, carried on doing my property management, and might have got emailed the next day or the week later saying you're through to the next round.
Really? The next day or a week later? That's good.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, the next stage. I wasn't anticipating it. You know what I mean?
And what was the next stage for you after that?
So next stage is like, you ever seen X Factor? You got that massive line of people all lining up. So they have it in Manchester, Birmingham or London.
Okay.
But because I was living up north at the time, I went to the Manchester one.
Yeah.
And for me, the best way I can describe it's like X Factor. And come out of the train station, get in, and you see everyone in suits just like block, just like, you know what I mean? Just
lined
massive
up.
line, thinking, raw.
Everyone's got applications.
I'm thinking to myself, raw, like how am I? But then I believed in my source, you know what I mean? I thought to myself, like, as far as I was concerned, like I'm the shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm here to demonstrate it. I'm the turd, you heard? You know what I mean?
You was ready.
I was thinking, I'm about to turn up. Do you know what I mean? I'm about to turn up. And then, so I didn't care that there might have been 30,000 people. Like when I get into this room,
it's me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go ham. Do you know what I mean? So,
was there a long wait for you until you go into the room?
Because you can imagine.
So anxiety was building up.
But then I was ready though.
Yeah, 100.
I was ready for it. Like, I was ready.
100.
Like, you know what? Like, this is me.
So once you walked up to that door, you walked in, who'd you see?
So like they give you different tasks to do, you know what I mean? So it's similar to like, in fact, not necessarily exactly like the tasks in The Apprentice, but you get given tasks to do and they start people start getting knocked out, you know what I mean? It's like, you're in a line with bare people like, yo, where's Billy gone? What happened? I keep saying Billy like Billy's yo, what happened to my man? Like, okay, no problem. Do you know what I mean? Just next thing you know, by the end of the day, there's less and less and less. It's like, raw. And I remember Camilla, again, shouts out to Camilla. I was actually with her.
Was Camilla your teammate?
She was in the final of my year.
Yeah.
So, but I met her in a Manchester audition, and you can ask her. I had my what do you call it? Like my game face. I wasn't trying to smile at no one.
Yeah.
I remember being in the waiting room. Obviously, we're here waiting. Me, her, some other people. She's like, you trying to get my attention. I'm not focusing on anyone. Because when we got into the house, she was like, you don't remember me, do you? You was ignoring me. I was like, nah, man. I was just
tunnel vision.
You got what I mean?
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, tunnel vision. That's it. Yeah.
Did you find out that you got through that same day?
See, it's a bit of a blur now for me, but I can't remember if you found out probably like a week later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To get to the next stage.
So once you've had the good news that you're through, you must have been thinking,
oh yeah, because you're reminding me, because then at the time, because my events business weren't going well, I feel bad saying I've got a gym background when I'm next to you. Do you know what I mean? like I can't say it, do you know what I mean? But obviously I've got a gym background, believe it or not. Do you know what I mean? I used to be a bit bigger, I do running now.
Yeah.
But because I had a gym background at the time, I was like, right, I need a change. I think, what do I know? What can I do? I've always worked in gyms. I worked in the Power League at Pitts for years.
Yeah.
So I applied to work at gym called Ballantyne's.
Yeah, I know Ballantyne's. Yeah.
So there's one near me up north. And I did it as a part-time thing. And I remember in my lunch breaks, I used to read his autobiography.
Who, Lord
Ballantyne.
Okay.
Because I just like, in my lunch break, people used to come like, let's sit and eat. I'm like, I just want to read my Duncan Ballantyne's autobiography just to stay clued up.
That's mad. I didn't even know that gym that was.
Oh, what? Ballantyne.
I know, but you know, I didn't connect the two. Do you know what I mean? I just thought it was a thing. Yeah, that's good though.
Yeah, so for me, I'm trying to. So as I'm going to these stages of the Apprentice auditions and stuff like that, in my lunch breaks at Ballantyne's, I'm reading Duncan Ballantyne's book. I'm thinking, no, like I just need to. Do you know what I mean? Need to keep programming my brain with
of course.
I wasn't happy with my situation. Events going down in train. I'm having to work. I was doing, and I wasn't even on the gym floor at Ballantyne. I was doing the sales. I smashed the sales. I used to get like high 90%, almost 100% for me. You know, you used to have mystery shoppers come around. In the gym, you used to have like people, and I used to smash it. Do you know what I mean? I used to smash the sales process. And so whilst I'm reading Duncan Ballantyne's book, I'm going through these apprentice auditions. I'm going through. I'm giving you things no one else has heard this before.
This is exclusive.
I'm giving you some exclusive stuff. I'm only remembering it as I'm talking.
Yeah, 100.
You know what I mean? So I'm going through the process. I'm thinking, please, man, let me get through the next round. Please, let me get through the next round. Let me get through the next round, and then
and you got through.
And I remember I felt bad though because for one of the last auditions, I had to go to London, and I couldn't even get time off. I said to I can't make it tomorrow. That now you have to come in. Bear in mind, I only started there in January. I've been there for like a month.
Trying to get time off.
Yeah, you can't like, you know what I mean? You don't work like that. So, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to quit. I'm realizing I'm just not gonna turn up. I'm either gonna get this job on The Apprentice.
Or
nothing else. I'm walking out. And I felt so bad because my manager at the time, like she had a lot of pressure from the people above her. And I'm saying to her, look, I'm not coming in tomorrow, you know. I'm not, like I still got her now on Snapchat and Instagram and that. But cool now, by the time I made her job hard because I didn't come, she got pressure.
Of
course. I mean?
But
I need to get the train to go to London to go on The Apprentice, man. And
100%.
It worked out.
When you walked into The Apprentice, did you already have a game plan or was you just like, whatever goes happens?
No, I'd Glody, man. I was far common, man. I'm a published. So like, when I say to you, I studied Glody, you know how we had the 4 a.m. wake-ups, when I knew I was going into the house, I practiced waking up 4 a.m. for weeks.
Really?
Like 2 a.m, 3, I'm just setting my alarm, just trying to, I don't want to stand up to get out. I'm waking up, pretending, I'm getting into character. To get used to waking up at 2 a.m, kind of, we had mad wake-ups.
That's real dedication.
Like I'm studying, when I say to you, I said to him about my spreadsheet, when I do my asset management and stuff like that. I've got a spreadsheet of episodes going back from when Tim Campbell won in 2005.
Wow.
Studying like what the tasks are like. I'm literally studying.
That's a man on a mission.
Yeah, like Glody, the thing is the difference to me going into Apprentice and other people is that I needed it. I didn't have anything else.
100.
You know, some people in my year on the Apprentice, they already had like 6-figure businesses. You know, one of the girls had like, she already sold her business for millions. She was already clear. She came into the boardroom with freaking, what's the red bottoms? Louboutins and stuff like that. Or I've got my Primark shoes on. I needed it.
Yeah, man actually needed it.
Yeah, I'm wearing, I got one suit. You know what I mean? They say to you to like, oh, you got to go and get suits. I'm like, I ain't got money to even buy the suits. You know what I mean? I ain't got money to buy the suits.
It's real life.
You know what I mean? I need it. That's why I studied this thing. You know what I mean?
And what was your most challenging task on The Apprentice?
Probably the one I got fired on, you know.
KAYODE is a marvel, really. I think he's got a personality that is fairly unique, and the way he approaches customers, he's great.
I like it too. Alright then, man, so that's $4.50, yeah? I'm also going to give you a serviette just in case you're like me and make a mess, okay?
I heard, KAYODE, you turned out to be quite a good salesman, according to Claude.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Very good.
You know, I haven't actually watched your episode, you know.
That's cool, yeah. It's mad you say that. It's good. I like it because when I speak to certain people now, a lot of people tell me they'll watch me in jail. It blows my mind, you know. Like I go to a lot of influencer parties and I see a lot of, you know, rappers or people look up to you, and I'm trying to introduce myself like, you know, I'm KAYODE. Like, I know you are, I used to watch you in jail. I'm like,
yeah.
It's mad. It makes me think I didn't realise how big it got, you know.
Yeah.
But the hardest task is definitely what I got fired on. First, so I came out in week 7. So as you know, each week someone gets fired, right?
Yeah.
Naturally, it gets harder because there's less people. And it's more people trying to
compete with each other.
And when I was on the Apprentice, I hit the ground running. I came in, I put myself as PM from week 1.
Yeah.
Like, who wants to be PM, like project manager, in charge of the team?
On the first task.
It's typically no one wants to do it. No one wants to do it.
Yeah.
No one wants to. Ask anyone going on to Apprentice, who wants to be project manager for task 1? No one.
Yeah.
For me, they flew us to Malta. Who wants to be project manager? Me.
Yeah.
I want this.
How did your team take that? And okay, you know the side shots are probably cussing you like, who's this guy?
Yeah, who's this guy? Probably.
He thinks he could just come here and be PM.
I was hungry. I needed it.
Yeah.
I put myself a project manager and we won.
Yeah.
Then next, and I kind of had my name for Lord Sugar and Karren and Claude. They see me like, who's this young black guy?
Yeah.
Coming with sauce.
Energy.
Coming with energy. Then week 2, I think my team won again. Week 3 must have won it. So I was on a roll.
You're on a good roll.
I remember a lot of people, like, you can see the clips, he was saying stuff like, yeah, they got KAYODE on it. Like, I was sort of like the person who was trying to compete against.
Yeah.
There's clips when we're in Birmingham, going to the business, going to the, what's the fitness show in Birmingham called again? The Body Power. Have you been to the Body Power?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? The Body Expo.
Like for...
fitness, you know the...
bodybuilders.
Yeah, bodybuilders.
Yeah,
we went there and I remember them saying, oh yeah, we lost KAYODE, but it's fine. So I kind of had like a target on my back in a good way though. I seemed like a threat. So I think by the time I got to, I know I felt exhausted by the time I got to my week 7.
Yeah.
Because I just felt like...
You was carrying the pack.
Yeah, and I also felt like, and I just felt that people like they wanted to go after me.
It was personal. It was personal now.
Because other people, they didn't have their shine yet. I peaked, like Santan Dave had a bar saying certain man peaked young like Lily Allen. Do you get what I mean? I felt like that. Do you get what I mean? I felt like I peaked young like Lily Allen.
Yeah.
So and I think I made some silly mistakes on my task, but it's hard because my team got penalised a lot for the time. So the task I got fired on, the reason why it kind of knocked me for 6, if I'm honest, because some of the things I got fired on weren't necessarily business related. Is, for example, I had to jet wash the boat is by the Thames near Embankment, and I didn't do a good job of that.
Of jet washing. Cause that's not really my thing. And so because my team had a time penalty, I didn't have as much time compared to other people. And then when we were selling some of the things, because I wasn't too sure about the numbers, I must have sold some of our things too cheaply. But I didn't know. There's only so much you get told when you're on there, you know, and there's only so much time you have to work things out. So even though I was confident to go door to door and sell it, some of the things I must have sold not necessarily at a good enough profit. So, and I find it, and I think, you know, some of the people in my team want me fired that week, probably. Do you know what I mean? So do you know what it is? It's like that old saying, isn't it? Like, once you're at the top, people will lift you up. But once you get too much, you become a bit too heavy. So they might just drop their hands.
Yeah, heavy that wears the crown.
Exactly.
Like Stormzy's bar.
Exactly. So I can imagine your team as well, because, or not even the team, but the people at the Apprentice, because everyone's there to show themselves, to showcase themselves. I mean, there's only probably so much that they can keep pushing you at the front, to the point where they might just let it go. Well, you know, they got 2 hands.
Yeah.
And they might just drop one down and just think, yo, I need to shine as well.
Yeah, because I was doing mad sales, selling donuts. You know, it's mad. You know, in school we sell donuts 100. In the playground. You know, one of the tasks in the Apprentice, I sold donuts, you know. One of the tasks.
So down what was it, to like a team of...
Yeah, so like we had to wake up early, make the donuts and then sell them in the markets.
No, normal.
And then because I'm thinking, I grew up in South London, I'm selling donuts in a playground from school. So
we was active.
Yeah, now I started selling donuts to some people in German and stuff like that. So I really made my mark on Lord Sugar and that from early.
You know, selling donuts and that was like my first proper like independence of like having my own money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was getting the Kool-Aids, yeah.
Kool-Aid?
You know, it was on the next stuff.
Kool-Aid, your year was mad. Kool-Aid.
We was on smoke. Let me tell you what we was doing. We was getting Kool-Aid, yeah? You know the sachets?
Yeah, that's in America. I didn't even think they had that in the UK.
Come on, with networking from young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're getting the Kool-Aid, the sachets, yeah? We're pouring in a bottle of water, you know, like 500 milliliter one, freezing that overnight. Yeah, like get like 10 of them, all frozen. Yeah, then you get the Capri Suns, freeze that as well overnight. You buy the white chocolate cookies, the milk chocolate cookies, sugar ring donuts, and you know the donuts with the icing on it.
Yeah.
put that all in your school bag, go to school. Each drink's going for like £1.50.
Yeah.
£1. Do you know what I'm saying? Doughnuts. I think it was like 30p doughnuts at the time and like 50p a cookie.
Yeah, it was like that, innit?
Yeah. But you see, when the economy went up, I say it was like £1 a cookie.
Yeah.
I saw it was like £1 everything. But yeah, that was lit still. That was my first proper like.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people's gateway, but if I'm transparent, for me, my cookie selling didn't last very long. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
It was mad because everyone used to go to Save Centre in Sydenham to get it. But whereby I lived in closer to Lewisham and Catford, I didn't go past that. I was getting 75 going down sort of Perry Hill. I didn't go past Save Centre. So I used to go to Sainsbury's near mine, and they used to sell like, it was a premium cookie. Like raspberry and
I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean.
No, I really like that one.
And then it wasn't those cheap roller ones, and I'll be real, I got robbed for mine. I think one of year 11s, I was like, right, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So, and also what I don't like is that a lot of people say that, oh yeah, I used to sell cookies. Like, did you really though? You know how much entrepreneurs say they used to do that at school?
Yeah. Did you really?
Because if everybody was doing that, who were the customers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who were the customers? If everybody was selling cookies and donuts, who are we selling to? Each other? Wholesale?
Hey, don't kill me, bro.
You know what I mean?
You're so right.
Transparent with mine. I tried it. It didn't last very long. Then from there, I used to sell the baguettes I used to get from my GCSE statistics, and I got kicked out from because it was an extracurricular class unit at lunchtime. They used to give us lunch, giving us the sandwiches, but I used to take bare of them and then sell them. That's what I used to do.
No, we was running a whole conspiracy operation. Like if I knew what I know now, I would say we was running a serious conspiracy. Like
a RICO trial.
Like, serious thing in the playground was going on. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we had like people below us. Like
you had an operation.
You get me? Like patterning, like this and that. But do you remember Mr. Griffiths?
Yeah. I see him in Birmingham not too long ago.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Big up, Mr. Griffiths. Bruv, he was like the police, man.
Yeah.
He was like the police. My man shaking man down, you know, like taking the bags and that, emptying the bags, right, you're coming with me. Man's going in the office. I think Mr. Sullivan, head teacher, what's this and that? It's peak. I got suspended for that as well. Yeah, I got suspended still. Not permanently, just a little one.
Oh, you got kicked out for it still permanently?
Yeah. But they tried to do man dirty, you know.
What year did?
I think it was either beginning of year 11 or year 10. But I remember I went to jail straight after anyway.
Oh, so you missed...
Bro. What happened was so silly. I swear to you, I'm not even lying. I swear to you, you know the science scissors? You know the science scissors? The science scissors is like, it's got a long nose.
The long ones.
It's got a long nose and this and that. It was in my backpack, innit? But I found it. I found it in the playground, bro. Yeah. And I picked it up. I was genuinely going to hand it in. Did I say it? But it just happened to be in my backpack. Yeah. I had a BB gun.
In school?
Yeah, you know the BB guns as well, like the metal pellets and that. But they actually looked real for what it was at the time. Yeah. Obviously, I had that in my backpack as well with the scissors. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Obviously, these are the days.
You had artillery.
No, it was lost and found. Lost and found. I was returning it. I said to you. So one time, man shot in the Doughnuts, whatever. Boom, Mr. Griffiths, shakedown. Took my bag. What's this? He's taking man's Doughnuts. But as he's going deeper into the bag, I know how it looked. He just sees like the scissors and what looked like a gun. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro. So he's saying to me, oh, what's this and that. I'm saying, well, it's fake, it's not real, this and that. But then he sees the scissors. So he's looking at me like, nah, this guy is on stuff. On stuff, bro. I went to the head teacher's office. From there, they said to man, go home. The feds came, they called feds and everything to check if it was real or not. Bro, I went home, I'm thinking, I've got away with it with my parents. You know, like I'm thinking, my parents don't know nothing. Yeah. I'm good. So I'm still pretending like I'm going to school. So
the next day?
Yeah, I'm waking up, I'm putting on my uniform and I'm stepping out the house, but I'm not going to school. I'm just doing whatever, innit? Bro, one day they sent a letter home with the gun and the scissors in black and white. You know black and white pictures? Yeah. Always look bad. They sent the pictures home of what they found in my backpack. Yeah. They put a mad letter talking about man's been suspended, this and that. These times, I'm out here pretending like I'm in school. Still, I come home, it was curtains. It was curtains after that. That's when I was like, yeah, I'm done. I didn't do my GCSEs.
Oh, you got no.
No, I didn't end up doing my GCSEs. I ended up...
Co-defender got no GCSEs from Forest as well,
Nice Pete. And I was pissed. I missed the prom.
You had a prom? We didn't have a prom when I was at Forest.
You didn't have a prom?
No.
That was jolting. I missed the prom.
I think our year was bad, actually.
I was pissed at the time. I was vexed. I was thinking, like, the prom, they linked up with the Sydenham girls and Forest
we went
boys.
to a boys' school.
Sydenham girls, innit? Remember?
Oh, we never had that.
That was, so my time, that's when they just introduced, like, the proms and the linking up schools and that.
I'm just remembering another part of my story. When I said to you about how it all went wrong, right? Because in what kind of got me down that road life, because what happened was that I was, one of the, if not the best in my year at the time in Forest Hill, or at least top 2, or you had to rate me at some point. We played at Elm Lane, remember Perry Hill, and we were playing a school from Peckham at the time.
Kingsdale.
I can't remember what school it was,
That's in Dulwich, I think.
I can't remember what school it was.
Yeah.
But long story short, it kicked off.
Really?
It kicked off. Obviously, we got bare people from Catford Forest watching until we got home advantage.
Yeah.
And it's my same co-defender. He must have said something to one of their players. That player ran off the pitch. They're scrapping. And then what happened was that some people who they thought should have been scrapping didn't. Whereas I got involved.
Yeah.
And I was like, rah, like this guy's just a footballer. He's really, what do you say? He's on this thing. That's what that was like September of my year 11.
Yeah.
So then our year 11 football team got scrapped that year. So we got no perks throughout the whole year. So then from then, I think that's what kind of put me in the radar of certain people from school because certain people should have backed it, didn't.
Yeah.
Who was younger this, they might have been tiny this, younger that. They didn't. But for me, I was no one. They tried. I was almost recruited. I'm not going to say his name to be someone's younger, but I wasn't. I said, I ain't doing this. But because I backed it when other people didn't, that kind of said, you can roll.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, let me roll.
What was your biggest takeaway or lesson from your time on the Apprentice show?
Biggest, I don't think there's one big one in particular. I think it's generally how to conduct myself in that world. I think, in fact, if I was to go biggest, I think it really opened my eyes in terms of high ticket and low ticket items, in terms of how you, again, maybe going back to how you operate a sale for a high ticket item, things which are like £1,000 plus. It's a different mindset, it's a different, it requires a bit more sales skills than if it's just selling donuts like on an Apprentice for £1, £2, £3. Yes, there's still sales skills behind it, but I didn't realise the approach and how to sit down and how you're pitching a massive project worth thousands. So I really learned a lot around that.
What advice do you have for like young people, young entrepreneurs that are like looking to start up their own business?
My main advice for young entrepreneurs is to make sure, is your heart really in it? What I mean by is your heart really in it, to ride the peaks and the troughs. Because I think where it's different now to when I first started is that it's Instagram around, everything's online, people see the high life. But that's survivorship bias, so you don't always see the low life behind it. So make sure your heart's really in it, make sure it's something that you can weather. And my second bit of advice is make sure there's an actual market, there's a product fit for it. Because yes, you could be passionate about doing X, Y, or Z, but is the market passionate about it? Because no one cares if you are. If there isn't a market fit, it's irrelevant. So I think that's my second bit of advice for young entrepreneurs.
Yeah, and I feel like you come across as like a leader in terms of like your mindset. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything you put your mind into is like you want to grab it with both hands and own it.
Fam, that was my bar when I got into Apprentice. So how you had your opening things to say like what you are.
Yeah, that's mental.
My quote was, I'm here to grab, I said, how did I say it? I say, I'm not here to grab the bull by the horns. I'm here to put him in a headlock and squeeze.
I love it.
Bar. You can put in that clip.
I love it. I'm sure there's going to be
grab the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
No, I'm putting him in a headlock.
Yeah.
And squeeze.
Yeah.
Not just a headlock. You got to squeeze too. Do you know what I mean? Someone can wriggle out of a headlock. Do you know what I mean? You got to squeeze it.
Was Lord Sugar there when you said that?
No, it's one of the ones got played, but no, it wasn't in front of Lord Sugar, that one.
Okay, yeah. He would have loved that one.
Yeah, he probably did hear it. Though,
yeah, 100.
But that was my quote still.
So I guess my question to you is like, what are the key qualities that you think every successful leader should have?
I think one of the key qualities every successful leader should have is understanding. And that's not just understanding of the people you follow or people who you're leading.
Yeah.
It's also having a very core understanding of yourself, having self-awareness. of what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, how exactly are you going to help these people? Do you care enough about them to lead them? So I think that's definitely one of the key qualities. Going back to our little quiz at the beginning about me saying I haven't got a chip on my shoulder, I got more like a potato. I feel like someone took the gold at the end of my rainbow. That's just my bar. But it's,
are you a rapper?
You know, I got my quote.
You said a few things.
I got my quotes. You know what I mean? You know what it is? Everyone had bars. I tried. You know what I mean? I wasn't anyone to write home about, but I tried. But in all seriousness, I think it's having that self-awareness to have that understanding, because I think it's very key for you to lead people correctly. To not have that ego, to not have that chip on your shoulder necessarily, you know? So I think it's definitely, and could people more likely to follow someone they like? You're
from South East London, you're from Catford, you're a black man, but you've mixed very well in environments that your life may not have taken you.
100%.
If you didn't get there. Do you know what I'm saying? And you spoke and sat down on the table with people that I may never be able to do.
You will, man. You will. Mindset, man. You will.
Mindset. Do you know what I'm saying? But I guess my question is, how, as a black man, do you put on that suit to be able to be in a room with different types of people, especially people that are like maybe more used to that kind of field?
Sure. It's funny you say that. I didn't actually try to put on a suit. I thought I'm going to try and be as unapologetically me as possible. So I didn't try to adjust. I honestly didn't. Maybe that made me a downfall. I don't know. Because the first time I saw a different environment was when I was playing county level football. We had to play a friendly game against a boarding school. For me, it was Quay. Do you know what I mean? I can't remember where it was. I know it was far. Do you know what I mean? Against these, you know, posh students in a boarding school. Playing football with them and then eating lunch with them, and these, for me, it's like Hogwarts. It just generally felt like Hogwarts. Do you know what I mean? So that was my first kind of exposure when I was playing county level. I can't remember what year it was. But so then when it came to me becoming things like vice president of the university, director of the NUS, I didn't want to try to adjust. I thought, let me be as unapologetic me as possible. I remember coming back from Vegas. Was I in Vegas in 2012? Or I was in America somewhere. I mean, I did go Vegas in 2012. I can't remember which state I specifically got them, but I came back with Mardi Gras beads. And then because it's always a big thing for me to stand out, I used to have a bar saying, why fit in when you're born to stand out? Because to be outstanding, you have to stand out. So I realized, right, my gimmick now, once it was skates, I was right, I'm going to wear these Mardi Gras beads. So I'm going into boardroom meetings with Mardi Gras beads.
What is Mardi Gras beads?
So it's... How PG is this? Basically, it's one of them. It's a New Orleans, as they say. It's a festival whereby it's mad girls flash and then you throw beads. Okay. I didn't take part in that. I just had the beads.
I'm sure. Are you sure you didn't catch the beads?
Just to be clear, I didn't catch no beads from those girls. Just to be clear, I just thought the beads were cool. You know, red beads, green. You know what I mean? The beads. I just like the beads. I thought they'll make me stand out. So I went to boardroom meetings with my beads. So I didn't try to fit in because I'd rather fail being me than fail. But if you're going to fail, at least fail on your own dime. At least fail on your own back. I don't want to fail because I've tried to be someone. I tried to, be myself. Don't get me twisted. There are times you need to adapt, 100%. There are times you need to adapt. But in a situation I found myself in, I felt what got me into the room was being myself. Getting the votes, winning the election was being myself. They saw me win being myself, so I thought, let me carry on. And, it served me well because even when I was a director at the National Union of Students, at the NUS, I then was voted in from my board to lead the nominations committee. Do you know what I mean? So I still kind of progressed through there, just being myself.
That's good. I think there's a message there for young black people as well that are growing up. They're seeing the other side, as all that, the other types of things in life that's not normal, kind of wary of it or scared of it or that's not for me. Do you know what I'm saying? The message I think you've said there is just be yourself, put yourself out there and own it. Do you know what I'm saying? That there's no one can be a better version of you
than you.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So for those young people that think I'm speaking it for me, I used to think working with white people and things like that, I feel like they'll put their nose on me or they wouldn't want to work with me. And then I think I got to a stage where it's I actually don't care. if you don't want to work with me or not, it's kind of like you have to work with me. Do you know what I'm saying? It's about changing that mentality as well. It also gives yourself like self-confidence.
Yeah, just to be clear though, 'cause I do think there's a yin and yang to life. As much of us saying be yourself, but also adapt. I just want to be clear on that, because you don't want to go in there speaking how you speak to your brethren. You know what I mean? You do need to adapt your language. You do need to adapt certain things.
100.
But as long as at the core you're still being yourself, cool, but adapt to your surroundings. I think that's
100.
wise for anything. Do you know what I mean?
100. No, it's good you say it, because some people don't realise that adapting is the small thing.
Like I said, allow it in the boardroom. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? It came out. I'm
it's passionate.
I didn't adapt.
Yeah, it's passionate. That's good. Being the speaker that you are, like, do you have like a memorable moment that you had during your speaking career?
Yeah, I'll say my memorable moment from speaking came when I was finishing university and going to start my role in office as vice president. Because what that meant as me coming in as the incumbent vice president, meaning that I had to do a graduation speech for the university students of the following year. I think the 2014 graduation speech I did. And the reason why that sticks out is because I changed history at MMU from that day. Because typically what happened was that the vice chancellor would give the valedictorian, so myself, whoever, the speech to read. So that was always a process from the time MMU started up until 2014. Here's a speech, read it on stage, done. But what happened was that when they emailed me my speech, I said, nah, I can't go up there and read that. That ain't, talking about being yourself, like, I can't go up there and read that. There's no swag in this, you know what I mean? So what happened was that I'm sitting in the front row, you know, at the graduation. Bear in mind, we're in Bridgewater Hall in Manchester, 4,000 people in there, Got the speech in my hand, waiting for them to call me up to do my speech. I pull it down. I think I just put it on the floor.
No way.
And I just went ham. I just started my thing. I just started. I just went ham. I did a spoken word piece. I did a madness in my
freestyle the whole thing.
I had people busting up. I mean, I did my graduation speech online. You can see it. Then what happened? When I sat down in my seat, I then got kicked out. They said, okay, what happened was I was due to do the graduation speech for the morning and the afternoon. Long story short, they said I can't do the afternoon speech.
Right.
A lot of the staff were outraged. Why isn't KAYODE doing it? And then a lot of staff at MMU, they didn't like the way the vice chancellor had like a iron fist and he had too much power. So when they found out I got kicked out because I didn't read the speech they gave me, they were fuming. So they're like, what? You're telling me all this time every student had to read out the speech you gave them? It wasn't authentic speech. And then even though I got kicked out, from that moment now, they started to let the people doing the speech at the MMU graduations do it themselves. If it wasn't for me...
So you changed something?
Yeah, I changed it. Yeah, and obviously it didn't go viral, but it did quite good numbers at the time. You know, and that was just me going up to do my thing, just having the confidence. 4,000 people, that could have gone very, very wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? They could have cut my mic, they could have done anything.
100.
I think the reason that's memorable, because that kind of kick-started it, because I had good footage. When you're a speaker, guys, it's important that you have good speaking footage. So that was my first bit of footage, you know, doing those graduation speech to 4,000 people. How many people can say they've done that? So then I was able to leverage that to get other bookings, and I started to get my first... I remember I got my first £100 booking, and then my first £500 booking, first £1,000 booking, and then a 5K booking. Do you know what I mean? But that was the pivotal moment that I had the audacity to think, you know what, speech? No, let me just go up there and do my own thing.
No, I like that, man. It's like, forget the scripts, just do you. Do what you want, and you adapt well. Do you know what I'm saying?
And I'll be honest, I'm not very good at reading out loud. You know what I mean? I'll embarrass myself. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? Like, no, man, I can't do that.
How did it feel to be recognised as one of the top 100 most powerful young entrepreneurs in the world?
That was a big moment, man. And it wasn't even the top 100. I came in at number 9.
Oh, okay.
It can be a bit of, like, I wasn't even number 99, 70. I was number 9. I came in at numero 9. You know what I mean? So it was a big, I remember watching the Euros in 2016. You know, I'm watching Euros, it was evening time, thinking nothing of it. And I remember getting a tweet saying, like, congratulations, you are number 9 in the top 100 most powerful young entrepreneurs in the world. And I'm thinking to myself, what? Like, is this, I think, is this legit? Do you know? My first thing is this even legit? And what do you mean? Like, little me Do you get what I mean? But then when I saw a week later or something like that, when I saw who was number one, it was Stephen Bartlett. And obviously then Stephen Bartlett was tweeting that he's number one.
Yeah.
I was thinking, right, if Stephen's tweeting he's number one,
I'm going to tweet I'm number 9.
I'm tweeting I'm number 9. You know what I mean? I'm tweeting I'm number 9. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I think at this time, 26, I first came, because me and Stephen went to my uni. Do you know what I mean? He went.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
We didn't know each other, but we were there at the same time.
Yeah.
And, you know, so from 2014, I'm you know, interacting with people who know him. And so he was number 1 at the time and I came in at number 9 and I realized, okay, cool, this thing is legit. And again, for me, because I was trying to push my speaking career, you want to leverage that. So I was able to leverage, hence why you're asking me now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Where sometimes I forget I was listed that in 2016 because it's only for under 25s. So the minute I got over 25, it was kind of, you know,
different, yeah.
It was a young people thing. You know?
Yeah, of course.
So it's a big thing. Like I said, I was just watching Euros thinking nothing of it. Bang, got the tweet. And I remember screenshotting it, putting it on my socials, like I think of Facebook at the time, which I really had. Yo, guys, is this for real? I'm like, yo, congratulations. And I'm like, bro, I'm going to leverage this. I'm running with this.
Yeah, of course, you have to. Like, I always say, like, if your name's on it, you run with it.
Yeah, milk it. I'm vegan and I'm saying milk it.
Do you know what I'm saying? What do you believe set you apart to achieve such a prestigious recognition?
What do I believe?
Yeah, set you apart.
I think, again, I don't want to just, we just like survivorship bias if I say because I was hungry. Not everyone's hungry. You're not the only one who's hungry. Yeah. You're not the only one who's disciplined. You're not the only one who's got a great idea. Yes, I do think there's an element of luck and timing. You're going to be, you know, they say time in the market is better than time in the market, they say, but at the same time, you soon have good timing. For me, what set me apart was that I was just willing to give it a go. Yeah. I was just willing to give things a go, man. Yeah. Just willing to give things a go.
I feel like you work hard and a question pops up in my mind. The fact that you're a hard worker, I have to ask myself, what's your mental health like? Or what's your mental health journey's been like whilst you was going through all these journeys?
So I think on my journey, I'm not one to, again, one thing I'm really, really cautious about now, something I really tried to change within the last 12 months is that I don't always just want to put out the glitter, the gold. Sometimes I don't even like posts. Like sometimes I'll be that real glowy. I'll go on holiday. I don't even want to post. I don't want to just show off the highlights. I don't want to appear like I'm stunting or showing off. Yeah. You know, this year I've been to 3 countries. 2024 I did 3 countries. 2023 I did 4 countries. Like typically I spend 3 months abroad. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I going to post? If I post this is only showing half the picture. I'm not just this happy-go-lucky guy all the time. Yeah. Because for me, I have been not for 6 sometimes. I've been in a situation where I think I don't know how I'm going to recover. And I think I'm not one to glorify I think mental health is used as a very loose term now, like a punchline. Do you know what I mean? But for me, like there have been some very, very rocky moments for me personally.
Yeah. What advice would you give to someone who is hesitant about seeking help?
My advice was for people who are hesitant about seeking help. I think it's difficult because one quote people say is that a problem shared is a problem halved. But I sometimes have found that sometimes a problem shared is a problem multiplied.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because you tell the like...
It's long.
Yeah, it's long. You know what I mean?
It doesn't make no sense.
You have to completely understand the hesitation because it's not always just a problem shared is a problem halved. Sometimes a problem shared is a problem multiplied. The first thing, I'm empathetic with people who do think that if you're not too sure where the avenue is to go. But my biggest thing is, if that's one of the reasons for me, one of my biggest hacks, Glody, if I'm honest with you, is ChatGPT. Like I think it's so slept on getting help from AI. Yeah. Because what I think is that if I'm going through it, I feel like I don't want to talk to anyone, a human being. Some of the AI tools are so useful that some I slap into ChatGPT what's happening and there's no judgment. There's no criticism. If they will tell you if you're where you're going wrong, but sometimes you get some genuinely good, sometimes you get some genuine good advice. So I think that's my biggest advice for people who are hesitant.
That's a good way of using like modern technology.
Yeah, 100%.
To obviously help you with your mental health. Do you feel like if everyone though was to use modern technology for mental health, do you feel like it would help them or do you feel like it will make them more detached from a human being?
You know, that's a great question, you know. That's a great question because even myself, I find myself maybe for the latest, say it was 5 years ago, I wouldn't necessarily gone to ChatGPT to say, I can't change my tire. No, it's not like that, but but you can find yourself using it all the time because it's always there. Do you know what I mean? So I do think there is a slippery slope there. Yeah. But I think having a balance then, because I'm quite fortunate whereby I got some quite good people around me. So I got a friend of mine, I went to school with him. Known him for 20 plus years. Going through situations to get his advice and vice versa. But I was getting his advice and I sent him a screenshot from what ChatGPT says about it. And he was like, "Nah, man, don't go to AI for this." Like he keeps me grounded. You know what I mean? Don't always use it. You know what I mean? So now I'm like, okay, cool. Don't always use it. But it's a tool there for people who are hesitant, to go back to your question. People that want to use it. Like even, I quickly touch on it, even when I had to go to Ladewell, I didn't know about it back then. I was dependent on the staff there. But now, I'll be honest, I didn't want to leave. Do you know what I mean? When I was discharged, I didn't want to leave. Do you know what I mean? I was like, no, I was dependent. I felt like I was going to lose my safety net. Yeah. But knowing that there's tools out there for you can give you, having a balance from AI to actual staff to just friends, having a balance, having a trio or quadruple of different tools, I think is more helpful than just one. Than just having a therapist or just having a friend or just having ChatGPT, Moving forward for like 2025, what challenges do you hope to see in how society addresses mental health, especially in business and entrepreneurship? I think up until now, a big thing has been stigma. And I do think that still is stigma. Do I think that should be the main focus for 2025, to challenge the stigma? Ironically, I don't think it should. Yeah. I think that's been hammered home enough, I think, trying to address the stigma. Yeah. I think what I'd like to see society do is to be more compassionate. Forget the stigma. Just be more compassionate to not just people who your friends and your family, but just that person on the street. Yeah. It's like, I know it sounds cheesy, but honestly, like I was driving to, or not coming with stay yesterday, a woman cut in front of me. I could have slammed the brakes. In my head, I think she might have a lot going on right now. 100. There might be a reason she's trying to rush into Asda. 100. She might have children starving at home. She's going to get nappies. Having that compassion that even if someone does do you wrong, if they're not physically harming you, or if it's just someone just doing you wrong, just have a bit of compassion. Okay, cool, that person's done you wrong. Not letting it slide completely, but just having a bit of understanding, a bit of compassion as to why. And then from then, when you start from a place of compassion, if criticism does need to come off that, then cool. If you need to condone them for their actions, but once it just starts from a bit of compassion, that's what I like to see society. Because you see it all the time. In fact, you see it all the time on Instagram. You go on Shade Bro, people going ham. People are just ripping people apart. Like, where's the compassion? Yeah. Like, could people hide behind the comments? People hiding behind the screen. Yeah. Just a bit of compassion I like to see in 2025. It's everything now is like anything for a joke, innit? Yeah, like trying to make someone laugh. People trying to get the top comment on the shade bar, do you know what I mean? To get the most likes. The most shares, do you know what I mean? I've come from an era where there's consequences if you chat about someone, Yeah. I'd love to see that come back for 2025. You know what I'd like to see come back for 2025? God. Is that if you is it the Purge, the movie Purge, where you got like a rule, anything goes? Yeah. I'd like to see a comment purge. If you do a comment about someone and they lick you down, you're not allowed to, like, there's no snitching. There's a comment purge. Yeah. That person's allowed to ride out on you or what? Because that's the real person who you're cussing out. Do you know what I mean? No, 100%. People need to understand that people have feelings, innit? Yeah, and not everyone is on what you're on. Do you know what I'm saying? So not everyone can tolerate what you can tolerate. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what sets us all different, and that's what makes us all different at the end of the day. Like, what does Tyson, I think it says Mike Tyson, a quote, he says that people now live forgetting that you can get a punch in the mouth for disrespect. You can get disrespect without getting a punch in the mouth. 100. But back in the day, well, don't know about for you, you wouldn't just disrespect. There's potential consequences. But now I think there's no consequences to your actions, especially online. So that's why I think we should have a comment purge. Like, 100. If you do chat shit about someone in the comments and they manage to, they say like, keep that same energy when if they keep that energy when they see you, don't complain. Do you know what I mean? 100%. So you mentioned earlier that you're into running. That's your kind of fitness. Obviously, at GloTalks, my whole thing started from my fitness, started from me working out. What role has running played in your life and your mental health? Yeah, pick up your brand. I love the Glo Fitness, the Glo. I love it. You remind me of Virgin, like Virgin Media, Virgin Cola.
Inshallah. Don't gas me up. Don't gas me up.
I'm a motivational feed. That's what I do. I'm motivated. But yeah, so running, it's funny you say that. I've had a lot of media interviews regarding like the organisation's Park Run, which really got me into running. So I came back from Bulgaria. So I did 3 months abroad in summer 2022.
Yeah.
I came back in September 2022 after being away for 3 months.
Yeah.
And I just moved back to London at this time as well, actually, because I lived up north for 12 years. Oh, it's like 12 years a slave, and everyone 12 years a slave. And it's mad the coincidence, because I did my 12 years abroad and I had friends doing 12 years inside. And they came back to London from being inside. I came back to London. It's just a juxtaposition of my life. And I definitely have a survivor's guilt because of that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what got me into running was coming back after doing my 12 years a slave up north, coming back from being 3 months abroad. And I just wanted to take part in the local park run, thinking nothing of it, just, okay, cool. Just to do a bit of fitness. Obviously, I'm not pro, but I still like to play football to a good standard. And running my 5Ks would help.
Yeah.
And I just got hooked, man.
Yeah, that's good. Running has that easy, like, addiction feeling, like once you get into it. I hate running. You but
got a big build, innit?
I run because I have to run.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just to keep myself fit. I don't want to be unfit. Do you know what I mean?
It's in your name, Glo Fitness. You can't not be. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to be now. Do you know
what I'm saying? So I hate running, but I have to do it. But I realised that if I have like 3 days of consistent running, on the 4th day, I'm like, I need to get out there and run.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? I actually want to do it now, and I'm actually excited to do it. It's all about, with running, it's all about just taking that first step out the door, putting your headphones in and making your legs move.
What distance do you do?
Oh, I'm definitely not on 5, 6, 10 Ks like you lot. I do like 3.5 Ks and that, but
okay, cool.
But I do it at like not like a jogging.
You're quick with it.
I'm quick with it, innit? Because I need to be fast as well. Obviously, I just got into boxing.
Yeah, me too.
Well.
You know, like.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Like, not quite this. I enjoy the training.
You enjoy being punched in the face.
I'm not gonna lie. I've seen you on Snapchat. I feel like I want to go around with you.
This is how it starts. This is how it starts. Where's KSI?
Yeah, I'm not. KSI. What's it? What's it? Misfits. Yeah,
Misfits. I'm not fighting nobody unless the main guys put something on the table.
I'll give you some money on the table. I hear that. Tell them to put some change. Still,
100%.
You might be bigger than me, but I fancy my chances. I've got the movement. Do you get what I mean? You might have the power. Do you get what I mean?
This is how TikTok starts beef.
I'll swear
they're gonna edit this and start saying we're warring each other. But nah, it's good. Like for me personally, I just said, you know what? I like fighting. Let me set myself a challenge. That's it. Like I'm not trying to be the best boxer in the world. I'm not trying to. I mean, if I get there, like
good boxer. You know Ellis from school.
I know Ellis. Yeah. He has still. But yeah, I just thought, let me set myself a challenge and see how it goes. But one thing it's taught me is definitely discipline, because you can't get angry and you get punched in the face. Do you know what I'm saying? My nose got bust. I had to just take it on the chin.
Is it?
The week after, I had to come back and, you know what I'm saying, give it back to my brethren.
Touch wood, boy.
He's pissed. My brother is pissed, car. His whole thing was blooded, you get me? But you can't get mad. It's like, it gives you that...
discipline.
The discipline, but...
Control your emotions.
Exactly. And for me, it's building more of a fire, because it's like, I'm more like able to more like perfectly like align my things, but also have control. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we can have a conversation. Obviously, I'm not condoning street fighting or anything like that, but I'm saying it's like, being able to like know what tools you have as a person, you just feel confident in yourself. Yeah,
there's a quote that says, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener at war. Like there's a quote that says, if you want peace, prepare for war. Do you know what I mean? So you're always, not to say that you're trying to fight, but you just prepare, you're at peace because you are a war ready if needs be. You're confident in your abilities.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So going back to the fitness, yes, running, man. Yes, I do my 5s from my 5K. Getting PBs just motivates me. I remember I started at 23 minutes. I said, I want to get sub 20. Got sub 20. Now I'm doing 1912s.
Yeah.
I started doing 10Ks and I did half marathons, you know? So yeah.
I've seen that you're launching... You've got a new venture coming up called Feel Me Speak.
It's out now, bro.
Is it out now, yeah?
We've been operating for a while now.
Do you want to talk a bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So what I have is I have an online marketplace called Film Me Speak. So you can find that at filmmespeak.live. Do you get it? Film Me Speak Live.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
I didn't want to do filmmespeak.com. I was like, I bought the .com domain, but I wanted to Film Me Speak Live because it's live. We're live, baby. You know what I mean? So what that is, in all jokes aside, is that it's an online marketplace connecting speakers with videographers. So when I say speakers as an umbrella term for anyone who speaks, whether it's like presenter, singer, comedian, rapper, motivational speaker, host, MC, being like an MC who hosts awards. So anyone from that side who needs videographer service connects them with people who offer videographer services such as videographer, photographer, editor. And the reason why that came about is because at one of my peaks when I was speaking, I was on the road a lot, speaking in Newcastle, Manchester, London, Wales. I always say I'm an international speaker. Why? Because I've spoken in Wales. That's my little thing. I'm an international speaker because I've spoken in Wales. But what I found is that I had to make my videographer with me everywhere I went. And it was costly. So because, let's just say I got an overnight in Newcastle, I got to pay for his overnight in Newcastle, a couple £100. I got to pay for his petrol, got to pay for his fuel to come around the country with me. Then what I realised one day is like, there must be a local videographer in Newcastle. There must be a local videographer in Manchester like, who I can connect with. And what I used to do in my early days, I'll be on Facebook. You see all the time, does anybody got a videographer in here? Does anybody? But if I can have a database already of people, so if you know Glody, right, you got to do a booking in Cornwall tomorrow and you want to get it filmed, right, you go into my website, filmmespeak.live, go to we filter it back on the map. You see on the map who you got, and just like in like Amazon, you see the reviews of who they are, what prices are, whatever. So you can connect locally with the people who are already there. So that's how the idea came about, and
that's it.
And I think it's important because if you are a person who's a speaker, host, a presenter, a facilitator, a trainer, it's always important to have all of your content filmed, especially today on social media with TikTok, Instagram. You need to have your content filmed. So how are you going to do that? You need to find a videographer. How are you going to find a videographer? Go to filmmespeak.live. Do you know what I mean? So that's how it came about.
So that's actually a very good business, Film Me Speak, because as you could imagine, a lot of entrepreneurs, content creators,
creators, influencers, everyone.
They want to move around and they want to get their content created for cheaper because it really is expensive. Like,
and you find people on our site who can do it. Like you got, cause when I first started, I was a student. There's students sitting in their dorm room right now with a camera. Who will come out of their house, or not saying you're going to pay them that for £20. It's local for them. You know, I've got time on my hands. I've got a camera, I've got a Canon, I've got a Nixon. I can't film me for 20. Do you know what I mean? There's always someone prepared to do it, from the students to your big companies who want to do it for you, you know?
What challenges have you encountered whilst launching Film Me Speak, and how have you addressed them?
So my main challenge that I encountered was in terms of developing the site itself, back end. Because I don't necessarily have a background in coding and website development. Don't get twisted, I can shell down a website on WordPress. You know what I mean? My first Speak website I did myself. A lot of the websites I can do myself. But specifically for this type of website, I never had the skills for it. I didn't have the desire when I could just outsource it. But the issue is that I paid someone in Sarajevo, I think is in Bosnia. And I got put in touch with him through a site called Codeable. To do my site for me. I had to pay, 4 figures plus to get it all done. Long story short, the website got hacked.
No way.
So I lost everything. This is like in 2021. And I was so demotivated. It's like, I just spent thousands. And the hacker was so cheeky, Glody, It was like, do you remember Super Mario back in the day when Bowser used to go, ha, ha, ha? So every time you went onto our website, it's a screen. It was like some people from, they're from Afghanistan or somewhere in the Middle East, and the thing going like, ha, ha, ha. Like this, as a hacker, what have you achieved? Yeah, what have you really achieved? You know what I mean? So, and because it knocked me for 6. Like, we spent a lot of months, time, effort, money, and what to show for it. So that was my biggest problem at the time. I said, I was accusing my dev. I'm like, you had to log in. It was you. He said, no, it wasn't. I'm like, fam, if you weren't you, who else was it? It's only me and you. And I ain't gonna hack my own website. If it weren't me, it has to be you. No, man, it was some. So like you know what I'm saying, so that kind of knocked me for 6 for a bit. So, but I had to get around that, managed to get it back up and running again. And I think my biggest challenge now is because now I'm at the stage where I realised I've got to onboard 2 sets of people. I've got to promote 2 sets of people. And I used to promote, and it's just the same for any marketplace business when you're trying to appeal to both sides of the market. Yeah. Whether you're setting up an online marketplace or whether you're setting up a market like Vauxhall Market. Yeah. Because you need to attract the people to the market, but you can also attract the vendors. The vendors don't want to come if there's no people.
That's true.
And the people don't want to come if there's no vendors. So you got to promote to both. I got to promote it to my speakers. Yo, come to my site. But then that's also got to promote it to my videographers. Yo, come to my site. And make sure there's enough.
Everyone's there. Yeah.
That's my biggest challenge at the minute, to appeal to both sides, you know.
Last question on Film Me Speak. What is your long-term goal?
So long-term goal for Film Me Speak is that I want it to be global. Because one of the reasons why I wanted to start up this business is because, again, in fact, you asked me this question earlier about The Apprentice, one of the biggest things I learned. So I'm remembering things as we go, you know. Yeah. One of the biggest things I learned is that my business at the time was not scalable. And I didn't realise, I didn't realise the importance of having a scalable business when Luke Sugar was looking at the business saying the best thing for him is one that's scalable. But the business I had at the time, or me as a speaker, is definitely not scalable. If I'm not speaking, I ain't getting paid. There's no scaling behind it. Yeah. But what I like about this is very, very scalable. Once it's set up, it can operate globally. There's not a lot of overhead behind it. It's going to be an attractive business to sell on, and it's an attractive business to get investment for. So that's what my biggest thing is, to take it global, man.
Who inspires you in the world of business and leadership?
I think it switches up all the time, you know, who inspires me. Yeah. So I think as of most recent on the whole for this year, on the whole, there's a guy called Alex Hormozy. Okay. He's an American, he might be early 30s, you know, he's clear, do you know what I mean? He's clear. You know, he has a book called 100 million leads and $100 million leads and $100 million offers. And I really took a lot of value from those books. I love his content online. So I think that's on the whole. And I think on a day-to-day, people kind of motivate me different ways. Yeah. There's people like Jonathan Sinclair. I love what he's been doing. I think he lives in like the Essex way. I just love his approach to business. I just love the way he's not too hypey with it. I can't tell you what car he drives. I can't tell you what his yard looks like. He's just really just giving you some real content. Do you know what I mean? So James Sinclair, Alex Hormozy, and yeah, I think just genuine people I see online. When I see Reece Rabara pop up, I'm like, right, like, you know, do you know Reece Rabara?
No, I don't.
Footballer, MDV, you know the brand MDV? No. Munir Devar, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Probably if I see it.
Yeah, you'll see it. Yeah, you'll see it. You know, I get a lot of value from him. More recently, the guys from Crafted. I just, again, people I just see pop up all the time on
type of
Instagram.
people.
You know, the numbers game on Instagram, that's a good Instagram account. When I see people pop up, I'm like, right, that's... That's inspiring. I'm not a hater. That's inspiring. Like, you know,
what one skill or mindset every young entrepreneur should master to succeed?
People skills.
That's true.
People skills.
That's very true.
It's people skills, man.
Some people don't know how to deal with people.
Yeah, it's people skills. Cause I think
customer service.
Yeah, because people talk about, businesses. You know, you have a business that is B2C, business to customer, or you ever have a business which is B2B, business to business. But forget B2C, forget B2B, it's H to H, it's human to human. You're dealing with humans, no matter whether it's business to business, business to customer, or business to consumer, you're dealing with humans. So having people skills is crucial.
You seem to me like you don't really doubt yourself much, but can you share a moment where you doubted your ability to succeed and how you overcame it?
Yeah, one thing, I don't want to put myself on a platform here. So I don't want to be seen that one thing I don't want to give is toxic positivity. Yeah, of course. Because I think it's a false narrative to someone to say that they've never doubted. I've had doubts. I definitely have had doubts. Yeah. I'm not someone who's just been here all the time. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Can I think of a specific example? Okay, when my website got hacked. Yeah. Well, who am I thinking to try and do an online marketplace? I haven't got any experience in this. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. That was a doubt, but I managed to overcome it. Yeah. I think there are moments, I think we do have moments of doubt. Even me getting fired off The Apprentice, even though I was a fan favourite and stuff like that, I couldn't help but see the negative stuff. Then I had doubts about this guy's got no business acumen. Like, raw, like, do I, man? I don't,
The comments.
Yeah, like sometimes you
the
think,
comments.
Then I was like, no, you got to say to yourself, like, no, like I say, my quote now, I'm the shit. I'm here to show you I'm fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm the turd, you heard?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The way you say you heard it.
Yeah, that's my quote. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'm here to spread. What's my other one? I don't want to. I'll say that for the next time. You know what I mean? But yeah, doubt. People can have doubt. Do you know what I mean?
For the listeners, what lessons or insights can listeners apply from your journey to their own entrepreneurial paths?
What lessons I think people can apply from mine is that I wish we could talk about Bitcoin a bit more. That would have been sick. Maybe this is another episode.
Yeah.
But I think it's one thing that I've taken from Bitcoin is that the market works in cycles. And I think that I can apply it to my life. My life has cycles. Where it's almost like every 4 years, just like the Bitcoin halving, every 4 years, I've seen for some reason get hit with a massive piece of news that can knock me. Do you know what I mean? I feel that's with life for everyone. You're not always going to be up here, just like the market. You're going to have the downs. But to understand it's a cycle. You're going to be, so for me, for some reason, I work like every 4 years, I have a good run 4 years and boom. Boom. To understand in your own life, be self-aware. Where are your cycles? Where are the periods that you do well? And anticipate that, wait, hold on a second. Just like when the market shoots up, it's not going to stay up for it. At some point, there's going to be a dip. So I think for me, my first dip was my 2-year road career. Do you know what I mean? My next dip was needing a change for one an apprentice. You know what I mean? Every period of my life, there can be a dip. So I think just for any listeners, be aware of where there's dips in your life and how can you anticipate them.
To our listeners, remember, take care of your mental and physical health and keep pushing forward. Thank you, KAYODE, for coming onto my platform. I think you shared a lot of very insightful stuff, and a lot of young entrepreneurs are going to look at this podcast and maybe even follow your journey. And I mean, I recommend they follow your journey and look at exactly how you started off and who you are now. I think there's a lot of things that they can take from there that they can adapt onto your own life as well. So thank you for taking a moment and coming here and sharing it with me.
I could keep going another hour, man. Like I said in Apprentice, I'm wondering if someone put fleas in the seat because I'm itching to still go. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, you're building your business. Feel me speak. I'm basically speaking. I've got a podcast, so any events or anything like that that you got going on, like, let me know. I'll definitely pop up.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I'm
keep doing
saying?
your thing as well, man. Like, I found you inspired. When I saw your story as well, I was like, talking about inspiration, when I saw yours, like, raw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So big up you as well, man.
No, I love, bro. Thanks. That's a wrap on today's episode of GloTalks with the one and only KAYODE Damali. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check out Feel Me Speak and follow KAYODE on his journey. And always remember, life's a marathon, not a sprint. So let's keep running towards our goals, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Glo Fitness UK, GloTalks, train the body, train the mind.